Arc Raiders isn't just a game, it's a statement. A declaration that even in a world overflowing with shooters, looters, battle royales, and online co-op experiments, there's still room for something that feels bold, cohesive, and artistically intentional. The moment you step foot into this retro-futuristic wasteland, you immediately feel the identity of the game. It doesn't borrow the usual sci-fi cliches. Instead, it builds its own vision, inspired by analog tech, dusty landscapes, and the chilling sense that humanity is barely holding on. And that's the magic of Arc Raiders. Every part of its world feels crafted to immerse you in a struggle that's both hopeless and heroic at the same time. Let's talk about that world, because this is one of the clearest reasons why Arc Raiders is a masterpiece. The game communicates story without needing long cinematics or heavy exposition. The ruins, the discarded machinery, the patchwork shelters, it all works like environmental storytelling in the purest sense. You feel like you're exploring the aftermath of a war humanity already lost, yet refuses to surrender. The setting captures this haunting mix of nostalgia and desperation. You see old radio towers blinking weak signals into empty skies, analog screens with static interference, and equipment patched together from scrap and hope. Every detail contributes to that emotional weight of we survive, but only just barely. It's a world that breathes even when it's quiet. And then, of course, comes the tension, one of Arc Raiders' greatest strengths. Many games promise intensity, but few deliver consistent, heart-pounding pressure the way this one does. The Arc machines aren't enemies, they're forces of nature. They behave with purpose. Drones scout and pressure you, seekers hunt you down with brutal efficiency, and the towering walkers feel like metallic gods descending onto the battlefield. When you hear an Arc machine in the distance, when you hear that metallic screech or feel the ground tremble, you immediately know you're about to be tested. That moment of anticipation, the second where silence turns into chaos, is something Arc Raiders nails perfectly. You don't simply fight machines, you survive encounters. And survival feels incredible because of the gameplay mechanics. This is where Arc Raiders absolutely shines. Movement has weight. Physics matter. You feel every grapple pull as it yanks your body forward. Explosions have force, sending debris and players flying. Weapons sound heavy, handmade, mechanical, nothing futuristic in the generic, mass-produced sense. The gunplay feels grounded and physical, like you're wielding industrial tools repurposed into weapons. And the best part is that combat encourages improvisation. You're constantly using the environment for cover, using height to reposition, using momentum to escape or close gaps, chaining abilities or gadgets in unexpected ways. There's a beautiful rhythm to the chaos. You dodge, reposition, fire, retreat, revive, engage, reload, adapt. Every fight feels different because the game refuses to let you go on autopilot. Cooperative gameplay elevates this even further. Arc Raiders captures that old-school feeling of teaming up with friends not because the game forces you to, but because it feels natural and rewarding. There are no rigid roles, no force-class archetypes, just pure synergy. One teammate starts drawing aggro, another keeps revives in check, someone else focuses weak points, someone manages utilities or supports with gadgets. And it all happens seamlessly, even without voice chat. That's the sign of excellent co-op design, when teamwork happens because the gameplay naturally creates space for it. And few moments in gaming are as satisfying as watching a colossal Arc machine stumble, collapse, and crash into the ground after an intense battle. It's raw, unscripted adrenaline, and the game lets you own those moments. But beyond gameplay, beyond immersion and teamwork, there's something Arc Raiders does exceptionally well: audio-visual identity. The soundtrack alone could carry a movie. It's this blend of retro synths, atmospheric pads, warm analog tones, and pulsing bass lines that feel both nostalgic and alien. You're constantly reminded of those vintage sci-fi aesthetics, signals from space, distorted frequencies, synthetic melodies that feel like they're coming from an old radio picking up something beyond human reach. The sound design adds layers of depth. You can hear the Arc machines before you see them, the metallic resonance of their movements, the electrical energy crackling through their bodies. and it immerses you completely. Visually, Arc Raiders is stunning without ever becoming overwhelming. The lighting is cinematic, shadows stretch across dusty terrain, explosions illuminate entire valleys, metallic surfaces reflect sunlight with immaculate detail. And what's impressive is how the game maintains clarity even during chaotic battles. You never feel lost in visual noise. You always understand where enemies are, where threats are coming from, where teammates need help. The art style is cohesive, a perfect balance between gritty realism and stylized retro-futurism. It looks like a painting that moves. But maybe the biggest reason Arc Raiders stands as a masterpiece is its emotional core. Yes, it's action-packed, yes, it's visually gorgeous, but underneath all that is a theme that resonates deeply. The idea of persistence. Humanity, despite being outmatched, outnumbered, and outgunned, continues to push back. Not because victory is guaranteed, but because resistance is the only option. Arc Raiders captures a feeling that's rare in modern games, the sensation of being small in a massive universe, yet still choosing to fight. It's a story told through gameplay. Every time you revive a teammate instead of running, every time you regroup against an overwhelming machine, every time you refuse to give up ground. Hope isn't a cutscene. It's a mechanic, and that's powerful. The future of Arc Raiders looks even brighter. With constant updates, smarter AI, new encounters, balance tuning, player-driven improvements, and community feedback shaping its evolution, the game is positioned to grow into something truly long-lasting. Not a momentary trend, not a seasonal fad, something deeper. Something that players return to because of how it feels, how it sounds, how it challenges them, and how it builds memories with friends. At the end of the day, Arc Raiders stands as proof that a game doesn't need the biggest budget or the flashiest marketing to be a masterpiece. It needs identity, it needs vision, it needs soul, and Arc Raiders has all three.